So here we are with Kim Samantha Ramsey, who we were talking to earlier this morning. This is the hotline right here. Again, you're on M9NDtv, so we're gonna kind of just like, you know, work our way through the rest of the conversation and wrap it up. Hopefully it won't be as long as it was this morning, but we'll get at least some valuable information. The name of the organization, the support group you had on Facebook, what was the name of that support group?
It is the PGAD support group for men and women.
And talk about it, so we just to give clarity to those who are just coming in the conversation, what exactly are we talking about?
We're talking about persistent genital arousal disorder, which is a central nervous system malfunction that affects the genitals. So there's a neurological component in the brain that is not registering to turn off the mechanisms that cause sexual arousal through to orgasmic activity. And the person who experiences this has no sense of satiation, i.e. you can have an orgasm, it will not satiate you, and the orgasms can continue, the body will consistently fire. And basically, because we are having great difficulty in motivating doctors to treat people like us, basically a large quantity of doctors have never heard of the disorder because it is rare. Secondly, a number of doctors are very embarrassed to discuss something that impacts a woman and a man's life. And if they don't have any understanding, or they've never been trained, or they don't have any education, it becomes very challenging to treat somebody when you don't have any experience. So that person walks out of the doctor's office, and a lot of doctors have been very inappropriate with, you know, conversations that go in the term. The person explains what's going on, and the doctor says, "Oh, I wish my wife had that." We don't give a shit about your wife. If you and your wife are having sexual issues, go see a therapist. What I care about is the fact that you treat the person who says that, you know, that there's something wrong with them. You would never dream of somebody who had diabetes and went to their doctor with a high sugar, and the doctor said, "Well, I wish my wife had that." It's inappropriate. So there's an expectation that somebody who has this is supposed to be comfortable being the butt of a joke. You know, all of your viewers, I'm not asking not one of you for your sympathy. I'm just asking for you to look at things in a different light. I don't need sympathy. What I need is for when I go to a doctor's office, or if I send somebody as a patient to a doctor's office, that the doctor knows what they're talking about. Yes. How would you like to go somewhere and you've got something that's bothering you and the doctor doesn't have a clue? Doctors are here to treat us. Everybody has a right, even the person who has no insurance, Medicaid, homeless. We all have a right to medical treatment and medical care. That doesn't ask for sympathy. That just, you know, give me the right to treat me like a basic human being. Whether you like what I have, whether you think it's hilarious, whether you think, wow, I wish I had that, and don't ever wish this on yourself. This would not be something that goes away when you feels like, when you know, I've met people that have said, I wish I just had that, or I wish I could meet the person. Don't wish this on yourself. You wouldn't want it. This healthcare arena, the United States and globally, the World Health Organization recognizes that everybody has the right to being a sexual being, to having a good quality sex life. So this is impacting my sex life, it's impacting the way in which I integrate into my community, not as a sexual being, but as a person, because I feel uncomfortable. So I have a right to talk to somebody and to be able to express that in a place that's non-judgmental. If the World Health Organization is saying this, then the organization that governs the medical curriculum that teaches doctors how to become doctors needs to keep up. As I said to you before, the healthcare arena is moving towards wellness. They might run out of antibiotic, there's none left. They're not making any new ones. You know, treatments, the tablets, the medications, the pharmaceuticals, they recognize that you can't treat a disease or a disorder with just one tablet. It is to stay healthy, it's an entire lifestyle. It's how you live, what you eat, what you drink, what stresses you out, how you work. If you exercise, that's not coming from one tablet. That's coming from an entire change of your lifestyle, how you view your world. If you're a person that sits down and chugs down 2 liters of soda every day, are we really surprised that you have diabetes? No. Sugar, yeast, bread, flour, some of these things work on our brains in a particular way. If you are in, certain black areas or lower socioeconomic areas, which unfortunately typically is where a lot of us can afford to buy our properties or to rent our properties, the food choices are poor. They are fried. It's fried chicken shacks. And all we're doing is raising our cholesterol. And if you was to come through Newark, you will find that in between each church is a liquor store. We have many of them, as many liquor stores as we have churches. Also, you look at the new trend. I used to smoke. I'm a former smoker. This year is my 20-year anniversary of not smoking, right? Stopped in 1996. But the trending for black people is that they like to do black and milds, higher tar content, cheaper in some regards, and it's supposed to be trendy when you're actually killing yourself. We're slowly killing ourselves. In fact, we have a substance abuse trend in Newark called dips. You know what that is? Do you know?
What is dips?
Dips. Cigarettes soaked in embalming fluid.
Oh my goodness.
And people smoke that, and then you wonder why we're a dead race, why we're so fatalistic.
What is the impact of smoking dipped in embalming fluid? What does embalming fluid do?
It causes a major focus, like you become hyper focused on what you need to do. You zone out, and that is your true focus. And I'll tell you a story of a person that I worked with whose brother was murdered by his best friend. They got into an argument, the guy went away, smoked some dips, and then actually killed his friend, and then had the audacity to go to the friend's mother and tell the mother that he had killed her son. He just became super focused on doing that. So people use that a lot in robberies, and if they need to amp themselves up and stuff like that to do stuff. I mean, we're becoming a race that is so distracted by material things and just trying to keep up with a race that we don't need to keep up with.